What's going on, folks, and welcome into the Sports Tree Studio for this week's edition of Third and Long for the Week 11 Sunday slate. I'm Connor Rowntree. I'm jacked up to be here today. It's going to be a great show because, well, we've got a great slate of games. It really is that simple. It's easy to break these games down when they are fun games. Bills and Chiefs, boom, baby. Bengals and Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, we've got some good games this week. However, we're going to start it off with a stinker. It's the Green Bay Packers visiting the Chicago Bears. 6-3 Packers visiting the 4-5 Bears, and you have to think that the Packers should cover in this one. They're coming off a bye week. They've won 3 out of their last 4 games, and they should be able to cover this spread of 5.5 points. Look, this Bears team, they are simply a mess right now. There's no better way to put it. One head has already rolled from this coaching staff. I expect Matt Eberflus's head to be rolling very soon. And there's just no confidence. There's no cohesiveness. They're not a team right now. So it's a perfect time for the Packers to go in and slap the Bears around. Furthermore, the Packers have covered in 5 straight trips to Soldier Field. Yeah, that's embarrassing for Bears fans. I'm a Bears fan. Look, I mean, the Bears, they've lost 3 straight games. They're averaging 9 points per game over that time. Now they're taking on a top 10 defense in the NFL. Rivalry game at home against a team that's covered 5 consecutive games in your own house. Yeah. I mean, I think you have to take the Packers here with the 5.5 points. I know Jordan Love is turnover happy. He's tied for the most interceptions in the NFL, and this Bears defense knows how to force turnovers. So there is a path there if you want to take the Bears and the points. However, they're just not a team right now. There's no semblance of a team to bet on. So make sure you take the Packers. Next up, folks, we're keeping things in the NFC North as it is the Detroit Lions hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're getting the bad games out of the way first. The Lions, they are 13.5 point favorites in this game. This is the most points they've been favored in my lifetime. Since 1995, this is the most points they've been favored by. That's kind of crazy. I'm 29 years old. Holy shit, Detroit. Where has this team been? They, honestly, being 8-1, I'm trying to find words to shit on them for their past just grievances. However, now they're the cream of the crop of the NFC, and they're about to go out and dummy the Jaguars. I don't trust Mac Jones with the ball. Trevor Lawrence, he's probably done for the season. Not that he's much better. This Detroit Lions team, they had their back against the wall last week. On the road, they fought their way back into that game and somehow found a way to win it with a last-second field goal. This Lions team is feisty, and now I think they're going to come home after a couple weeks on the road and lay a beating on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I also like their running backs to make some noise, so look out for those two. Look out for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery in that backfield. The Las Vegas Raiders visit the Miami Dolphins, and I think this is going to be a coming out party for the Miami Dolphins. They looked like they were starting to have fun playing football again last week, and that is bad news for everybody else in the NFL. Now, it could be too little too late at 3-6. However, most likely going to be going 4-6. I like them to cover the 6.5 points against the Raiders at home. I think their defense has been playing phenomenal. A top 7 defensive stop unit on the season. Then this offense is just starting to click, man. Once Tua gets going, look out, especially if they get Tyreek Hill involved. I understand he's got that hand injury, but he still found pay dirt last week. Tua is completing over 72% of his passes on the season. That is what you call precision. Give me the Dolphins at home. Next up, it's the Los Angeles Rams visiting the New England Patriots, the 4-5 Rams, and they have to win this game. If they want to keep pace with the Cardinals, if they want to keep pace with the 49ers, and dare I say the Seahawks, they have to be able to win this game in New England. But New England's probably feeling themselves a little bit after beating the Bears 19-3. Now, that's not hard to do. However, it's still a good little confidence boost to the face, so I'm sure the Pats are feeling good about themselves, and they're going back home. However, I have to lean towards the Rams here. 4.5 points, that's a lot to cover, so I don't really like that. I feel like this is a bit of a trap. I won't be betting this, but the lean is towards the Rams. They just have too many weapons on offense when they're healthy to be denied by this Patriots team. But look, this Patriots team, they made it work. They made shit look pretty. Somehow, some way, they got a win last week. But again, it was against the Chicago Bears. The Cleveland Browns head down to the Big Easy to take on the Saints. And this one is a weird one because the line has been flip-flopping all week. First, the Browns are underdogs, then the Saints are underdogs, and then it's been flip-flopping back and forth. But I don't really care about that because the true storyline of this game is the Cleveland two-headed monster of Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford versus this horrendous Saints rushing defense. They rank 31st in EPA per carry, 30th in opponent success rate per handoff, 29th in run stop win rate percentage, and they're allowing 5.1 yards per carry. Yeah, that is what I'm talking about, dog shit, and I think these dogs from Cleveland are going to come in and just shit all over this rushing defense. So give me any Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford rushing prop because they're going to cook. Moving on, folks, we have the premier game from the 1 p.m. window. It is the 7-3 Ravens visiting the 7-2 Steelers, and I'm seeing a lot of public money coming in on the Ravens, and I understand why. The professional money is coming in on the Steelers. And give me the underdogs. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm going to take those points too. Lamar Jackson, in 6 games against Pittsburgh, he's just 2-4 with 7 interceptions across those games. Also, the Steelers have won 7 out of the last 8 iterations of this series, and Mike Tomlin's defense just simply pulverizes this Ravens offense. The Steelers have held the Ravens to under 20 points in 7 straight games, and if that happens again on Sunday, I like the Steelers' chances. Russell Wilson, he is cooking back there. Let Russ cook, baby. And look, this Steelers team, they know how to stop the run. They're 6-0 this season when they hold opponents' running backs to under 100 rushing yards. If they can lock up Derrick Henry and make Lamar Jackson beat them with his arm, I just think this Steelers team is too good at home, too well coached, and you're giving me the points? Give me the Steelers at home, baby. Lock it in. The 7-2 Minnesota Vikings head to Tennessee to take on the 2-7 Tennessee Titans, and I like the Titans here. Give me the Titans with 5.5 points. That's the lean. I'll have to do a little more research into this, run it through the model, but this Vikings team, they have the wheels falling off here. Sam Darnold's starting to look like his typical self. He looks brutal. He's going up against a very good secondary, a top-ranked secondary in the NFL, this Tennessee's Titans secondary, that is, and I just don't trust Will Levis enough to bet this outright. I just don't have enough trust for this Tennessee team to go out there and put a stamp on a game and win it. But at home, against a Minnesota team that's reeling, there could be some value on those Tennessee Titans. The Indianapolis Colts take on the New York Jets. Now, I'm wearing this Jets shirt. Jets, just do it. If you're a Jets fan, head over to sportstreet.ca. It's the Garrett Wilson catch. We all love it. He replaces Michael Jordan in the Jumpman logo, per se, if you will. Don't sue me. Anyway, give me the Colts and the points here. I'm not betting the Jets. I don't trust the Jets. I don't trust the Colts or Anthony Richardson either. But I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have himself a day, and I think that could be a reason why the Colts could cover with these points. So give me the Colts. That's the lean, and any sort of Jonathan Taylor prop. I believe his line's over 82.5 rushing yards. I like that a lot. The Atlanta Falcons take on the Denver Broncos, and I kind of like the Atlanta Falcons to get absolutely creamed in this one on the road. I like their team total under 22.5 points. We've already bet that one, and I think that could be one of our better bets for this week. Look, this Denver defense, they've taken on Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, and they've literally not given up a 300 passing yard performance to any of those guys. I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to come in and change that narrative. I think this Broncos defense at home is phenomenal. I think Pat Surtain can lock down Drake London, and I don't see how they're going to get much going on the ground if Bijan Robinson can't find success early. In contrast, Audric Estime, man, Sean Payton's loving this rookie. I think that the Broncos can control the clock. I think Bo Nix can hit some timely passes, and we've seen his scramble ability as well this season. I like the Broncos to take care of business at home and hold the Falcons to under 22.5 points. The Seattle Seahawks visit the San Francisco 49ers. Give me the 49ers to cover. They are just the better football team. They have the better quarterback, the better receivers, the better running backs, the better defense. They're at home. Do I have to go on? A top 5 offense, a top 6 defense. Let's just lock in the San Francisco 49ers. I know it's 6.5 points, but I think they can win this game by more than a touchdown at home. And I think they need to make a statement too and let the rest of the division know, look guys, we're coming. Don't get too comfortable up there, Arizona. Make sure you're watching our game on this bye week because we're coming for you. And I like the 49ers to go out and make a statement. Now, it is the game of the week. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. Something to note. Josh Allen and his Bills are 3-1 against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the regular season. The problem is we all remember the playoffs. The thing is, they are 3-1. That's a 75% win rate in the regular season, and the Bills' offense is humming. They rank 3rd in the league, averaging 29 points per game. While this Chiefs defense, They rank 5th in the league in points against per game. So that's kind of the matchup that we're looking at here. But I like the over in this one. I think the Bills are going to be able to score. They're going to be able to ride that momentum. If the Bills can mix up their attack between the run game and the pass game, I think they can have a lot of success with James Cook on the ground, Josh Allen finding his big tight ends. We've seen that pay dividends over the last couple of weeks. Dawson Knox really emerging in the injuries to Dalton Kincaid. So I'm liking points in this one. Speaking about emerging tight ends, Travis Kelce finally looks like he's back into shape, that he wasn't partying in Brazil or all over the world with Taylor Swift for the better part of 4 months during the offseason, which he was, and probably why he got off to such a slow start this season. However, he's back. He's dominating. I like this game to hit the over. Make sure you take the points in the game of the week. And now we have Sunday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. And give me another over. You have a top 10 offense and the Bengals taking on a top 5 defense in the Chargers. However, Joe Burrow will not be denied. I love this guy's attitude. He said to the media this week, look, now we just have to go 7-2 the rest of the way. Doesn't matter that we start 4-6. We go 7-2. We make the playoffs. I love this guy's attitude. Now he takes on Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert is going to have himself a day because he's taking on a terrible Cincinnati defense. I don't see how the Bengals are going to be able to stop the Chargers' run game. I don't see how they're going to be able to stop Herbert through the air. Herbert has 11 touchdowns to just 1 interception on the year, 66% completion percentage. He is having a solid season. The problem is just nobody really knows about it. In contrast, Joe Burrow, he's looked amazing. Jamar Chase, I mean, he's in line to win the Triple Crown for the receivers. Most receptions, most yards, most touchdowns. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. The last time these two teams saw each other, they combined for 63 points. And remember, the Bengals have their back up against the wall here, so I like this one to be a high-scoring game on prime time. Folks, make sure you head over to sportstree.ca right now. Check out all of our new merch for the holiday season, and also make sure you check out our Week 11 pick package. You will get all of our best bets, leans, props, players, player props, whatever you need, it's on there. Folks, I'm Connor Rowntree. Enjoy the football.